Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Jam. In this episode, I have three great young ladies here, and they are from Europe, okay? And today they're going to talk to us about their journey to America. Today I have Murta, Hiart, and Giorgia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Man, I'm so excited to have this group in here. Now, I met them. Well, I have Murta in my class, and me and her talked about her journey to America, and then I asked her if she'd be interested in doing a podcast. And then I asked her if she had some other friends that were foreign exchange students, and you did. So here we are, and I'm happy to have them. So I went around and said their names, but I may have butchered them a little bit. So I'm going to have them go around and introduce themselves. So can you guys introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about where you're from and what brought you to America for your exchange year?
Yeah, of course. My name is Murta, and I'm from Spain, especially from the East Coast. I'm from Valencia. And so I'm here for my exchange year because I applied for a scholarship last year. And out of like 100 people, I was one of the awarded, I guess. And so like the scholarship is like between Canada and the US, and I got to come here. So that's pretty much it.
My name is Hiart. I'm from Spain, from the north, from the Basque Country. And I basically came here because I love traveling and I love learning like new cultures, and that's all.
Hi, I'm Giorgia. I'm from Italy. I'm from the north of Italy, near Bologna, if you know where it is. I'm here in America just because I was wondering when I was in Italy how the life was here, and lived the American dream and all that stuff. So I came here for that, and that's it.
Now, before all of you guys got here to this high school, you didn't know each other, right?
No.
You all met here at the school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That must be pretty cool. Now, yeah, let's go around. Like, how did you guys meet each other?
Yeah, so like it's funny because they met because of me. Like
Yeah.
I joined the group, but like the way I met them was so random. One day, like during this fire drill, I was talking with a Puerto Rican friend I have, and she heard me speaking Spanish. Well, I texted her the day before, going like, "I'm also an exchange student. We should like meet." And she turns around and she's like, "You from Spain?" And I'm like, "Art?" And she was like, "Yeah." And so that's when we started talking, whatever. And with Giorgia, I just came out to basketball one day, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm exchange student." She turned around and she's like, "Are you?" That's it. Then we started talking, and
Like my savior, I was like, I was looking for an exchange student.
I did not expect seeing Giorgia there, because like my host family showed me pictures from like other exchange students in the area, and they showed me Giorgia, but when I saw her in person, I did not recognize her at all. Like she was like full blonde when I saw her picture. But yep, here we are.
All right, so let's talk about school here in the United States, okay? How is it different from what you're used to back home? Like, are there any things that stood out when you first started school here in America?
Yes. So one of the most like different things are the sports. We don't have sports, and then I think it's much easier here than it is in Europe.
Actually, yeah, I agree with Hirt. The school system is so different, and starting at the point that we didn't change class. In Italy, we didn't change class every period.
You just sat in the same
We
class
stay in
all
the same
day?
class, and the teacher that move around.
Oh, the teachers moved.
Yeah, and that's it. And obviously the sport, we don't have sport, we don't have activities. Actually, my Italian school is fighting for that because they want activities, but all the stuff that they didn't never do it. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think that not changing from classes it's not like generalized. Like in my school, we do change from class to class, but like teachers don't have their own class, so like they also move. It's kind of weird. And like during quarantine, well, the COVID time, we did stay in the same class, but now we don't. And I feel like coming here wasn't a big change for me in that we do not have sports and we don't have clubs. Like going to school is just going whatever the time is from 8 to, well, I go from 8 to 2, and then just go home, and that's pretty much. If you want to play basketball, you have to get in a club out of school.
So in some of the schools, the students just stay in the same class and the teachers move around. I couldn't imagine doing that here, but at your school, the students and the teachers move around, and the teachers don't have necessarily their own room.
Exactly.
So, like, as far as instruction and the education, like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, is it harder here or is it harder in Europe?
It's harder in Europe a lot. Like, yeah, because here I feel like every teacher try to teach the level of the class. And like, so if there is people that are not good at that subject, they're like trying to make it easier for them. And in Italy, or I think in Europe, it's not like that. Like they teach whatever level, like the harder level. So everyone knows the harder level, even if they're not good at that subject.
So they match more to the level. And here you're saying they match more to the students' level.
Yeah.
You guys got anything on that? Like, is it the same all the way around pretty much?
Yes.
I think she's playing it pretty well.
Yeah, okay. What about the teachers? Like, how do the teachers interact with the students? Is it different? What are the similarities and the difference of interacting with the students?
Well, in my case, teachers don't usually create like strong relationships. Like make bonds with students. They don't create them because just you see them every other day. It's not, well, we don't have block systems and we don't have like 90 minutes class.
So you're saying you're saying in Europe the teachers don't make bonds with the students, or you're talking about here?
Yeah, not really. I guess the problem over there is that I don't see my teachers every day, and also they don't have the interest they do here. I feel like here they promote like a culture of like the student, the teacher getting to know their student and kind of figure out how they are. But in Spain, they don't really care about you. Like, I'm not trying to make them look bad. It's just, it also depends on the teacher. But they don't really, they come to class, they tell you whatever they have to, and then they just leave. Well, if they she has something to say.
No, I feel like the same. Like the teachers in Spain, at least in Spain, I think in Europe, they don't care about the students. Like, they are just explaining what they have to explain, and then they just leave. And I feel like some teachers, not every teacher, they are rude with their students.
They're rude to their students.
Yeah.
But, like, they don't cuss to us. Like, that's the big difference. Like, they can be rude in ways of, like, saying to you, like, happened to my sister, for example. Like, yeah, you're not getting anywhere in life. But they won't tell you that you're stupid, for example.
Actually, I had some teacher that told me that I was stupid, actually. Yeah. But, like the teacher in Europe, I think they came to school only for money, actually. They don't care about teaching. Actually, there's a lot of teachers that don't like teach. So they're like, I'm here just because they pay me. So, yeah. I actually have, I think, 2 teachers that I have, like, a relationship with, and all the others not. Instead, here, I have a relationship with, I think, most of my teacher. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So does that go for all of you guys? Like, so the teachers. So tell me about your experience with the teachers here in America.
Well, when I first got here and I had, like, trouble understanding some homework, or whenever I didn't just figure out how to do things because it was hard to me, like, all my teachers were willing to help. They were, when I asked them for tutorials, they just offered me any time, or even when I asked them to come to like a basketball game because I didn't have anyone to come watch me. They came. Like, it's just more open, like, view of how that relationship could be, that I actually really appreciate it. I wish it could be like that in Spain.
And I feel like they were so interested of like the things in Europe, and they were asking a lot about Europe and all that kind of things.
Yeah, that's kind of how we got set up in this podcast. Yeah. You guys have already kind of talked about it, extracurricular activities. So in Europe, they don't have them in the school system, right?
Yeah, they don't.
Don't have them in the school system. So if you want to play, you got to play outside of school. or you got to find a club outside of school. So that obviously that was different. Because do all of you guys play something here or involved in something? Or Murta, you play
I play basketball.
Me too.
I play soccer.
Soccer. So we got a basketball player,
Basketball too.
basketball,
And soccer.
soccer. How has that been while you're at school? Like what is that unique for you guys to actually have it within y'all school day or?
Yes, it's like a period. Like in Spain, we have like 7 periods or like 6, and you don't have sport. Well, you have like 2 periods in all the week. There is like PE, like physical education, and that's the only period you can do sport.
Yeah. At the beginning, I was like, okay, so it's part of my school day, so I cannot skip practice. But at the end, it's like more discipline, and so I guess I kind of liked it because it's just depending also on the sport, it can be like only the period or getting like staying after school. But yeah, when we did PE in school in Spain, I don't know for her, but for me it was the worst class of all because it was boring. Then other point is that my school in Spain is really teared up. Like it's just from the 70s and they haven't changed at all anything. So it's not very pleasant to do anything in there.
I think PE classes are fun. Like you play like soccer or basketball or tennis, and I think it's fun.
Yeah, but actually, like the PE class, okay, they're fun, but the fact is there, those girls that's like, oh, I don't want to break a nail. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to. So you're kind of like, I think, one of the only girls that want to play or do something because I get boring very easily. So I was like, the only one was like, can we do something? Like, please. Like, no, I don't want to. So yeah, it's boring if you don't have no one, but it's good if you have someone to play with.
I feel the problem is that when you do PE in school, like everybody's required to do it. Yeah. So like there's no sporty people in there. Instead here, when you have your period, you're also sharing the sport with people that likes it and knows how to play. So it makes it way easier and less heavy.
So do you think that overall in general, just being here, that in America we put a lot of emphasis on sports since we have it in our school?
Yes, a lot. Yeah. And I think I like it. Like, it's good because you have more chance to create a relationship with other people in all the school, actually. So I think it's very good. Yeah, I would like to have it in Italy, but,
Maybe you guys can go back and start it in the schools.
Yeah, it's not possible. But yeah.
All right, so as we, as far as the education goes, you guys like it here? You think it's good for the most part overall, besides maybe not being as hard as it is back home? Like, and before we move on, as we're still on that, explain what from here you go K through 12th grade. You go kindergarten through 12th grade. What does that look like for a student in Europe? So, like, do you start at kindergarten and go on, or how's that work?
Yes, it's the same.
Well, we don't have that many classes. Well, I also think that it depends on the country. But in Spain, you start school when we also count it by years, like how old you are when you start. So you start school depending, but when you're 3, and then you go through until you're 12. That's how I lived it because I went to a private school, so it had like a lot of people. So I went there from when I was 3 years old till I was 12, and we can include there like part of middle school, like all elementary school, and then you start high school. But we start high school in when we're 12 until we are 18. You can graduate at 16. You're not required to do what is here your junior and senior year. So pretty much we had a graduation last year. I'm still going to study until I'm 18, but there are other ways to also get what you get from those 2 years, like your junior and senior. You can do another thing from like 3 years, I think it is, but it's not in the high school. So it's quite different. We only have like the two big schools, like what you would call elementary school and high school. That's pretty much it.
Oh, for us, it's different. We have the kindergarten. I started, I think, at 3 years old, and the middle school that is the same here as here. So I think from 10 to 13, and after that we have a high school that it's 5 years. It's not 4. So it's we have 13th grade, not 12, and yeah, that's pretty much how it is. But there's actually a different thing. Like I saw that here, the high school, it do like wherever like every subject that you like may like or not. In Italy, you have to choose your high school based on your interest. So there is school for like science high school that you pretty like study all the science thing, and or like the literature one and all that stuff.
So in Italy, whatever you want to study, that's the school that you go to.
Yeah.
As opposed to here, you take a little bit of every class.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's the same in Spain.
Well, we don't have schools, especially for one thing.
Yeah.
But
But you can pick your path.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Spain. Yeah.
I got a question for Georgia in that. So you right now here you're like a junior, but you're supposed to be a senior.
Yeah, because I did already 3 years of high school, so
So-
this is gonna be my fourth.
If you were a senior here and you came back to Italy, you would still have a year left.
Yeah.
So like you have like 3 years of what we call like the junior and senior year here.
We have 3 here, but it's like freshman, sophomore. Like sophomore is 2 years, so it's the second one and the third one.
Okay.
And the junior here, that is the 11th one, and the 12th one is a senior. But actually, there are a lot of my friends that now they are here in the U.S. They are senior here, and they're gonna get in the diploma here. So they actually didn't do the senior here. They couldn't do the senior here in Italy, and they're fine. They can study it wherever they want.
Interesting.
But yeah. But if you want to study in Italy, you have to graduate in Italy.
Because
Nice.
in Spain, like junior and senior year are not mandatory. So if you do them, you prepare those 2 years for a test. That is the test with the grade of that test is the one that's going to get you in college. So careers have different grades, and if you don't get the grade for your career, you cannot enter that one, and you have to choose another one. Like that's fine, or you can do your senior year again and then get the test again. But it's a whole thing. Many people don't do it. So like my question was like, if she has, do y'all have that test too? Like the one to enter to college?
No.
Okay.
No, we got you choose the college that you want to enter in, and you have to do a test for that. Like you have to go into that college and do that test, and if you take you're in. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. What are your thoughts, or what have you heard? Because you guys are all going to get ready to, you're going to go back to your home country, I guess, in June. And all of you guys have been here since August, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all of them been here since August, and they're going to go back home in June. Like, let's talk college. And I know you guys won't be here, but what is that? How do you see that as far as with American students as opposed to European students when we talk college?
I think actually the level of the college here and the college in Europe, I think they are actually pretty the same. Yeah,
So-
but I think the students here are not like used to study like that, like a college one. So when they get in the college, they're like, oh, that's a lot of things to study. In Italy, we're like, oh, whatever. It's the same thing that we did in
Same,
high
yeah.
school. So yeah. So in Italy, you didn't feel all that change that they feel here, actually.
So, like, when you go to college, when you go to college here in America, you got to take some of those basic classes over again. Is it like that in Europe too? Like when you go to college here, you got to take math, science, social studies. You got to do all those over again. In
No.
Europe, do you have to do that?
No.
No.
I commented that with my mom the other day, because my mom studied. She's a nurse. She didn't do medicine, but she knows people that have. Well, she works with them, but medicine in Spain is like 6 years. And I told my mom that here somebody told me that it was 12, and she got really surprised. And I was like, well, my psychology teacher told me that it's because they start doing like some basic stuff rather than starting like how they do over there.
Right on your career path.
Uh-huh.
Like, so in Europe, when you go to college, whatever, so say I want to go and be a doctor. As soon as I go to college, I study being a doctor.
Yes.
See, that's when it comes to think that you start choosing your path, right? That's why you start studying science or studying like more towards literature or Latin, Greek. So depending on what you choose, we make that in Spain. We make that choice when we're in our sophomore year.
Oh,
So you make that choice while you're in high school on what path you want to go to.
we know. Where we in, like, when we are near, like, to finish the middle school, you have to choose which school do you want to enter in.
Yeah, because you're going to separate schools
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, you, like, choose at 13 years old, and you're like, oh, what am I going to do? Because if you choose, like, literature, and after the high school you want to do a doctor, do you want to be or something like that, you have to study a lot to, like, all the stuff that you didn't actually learn in all that 5 years that actually other kids probably did for science and all that stuff. So, yeah.
In my school, we have to start thinking about our future, like when we were like 16 or something like that, like the junior year. So that's all, or maybe the senior year too.
Yeah, so when you get done, even still, when you go to college, you're on the career path that you want to go. You
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
So say I don't have anything to do with, let's say, science. When I go to college, I ain't got to take no science. I don't have to do any science or anything like that,
Yeah.
right? Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's move on. Let's start talking about a little bit more about America and its culture itself. What are some things you absolutely love or like about American culture, and what surprised you the most when you got here?
I think like the thing I like from America is the sports in school, and the thing that it's most surprising for me, it's the how much fast food are in America. Like in Spain, we don't have a lot of fast food. We have McDonald's and Burger King and maybe Taco Bell, but that's all.
Yeah, like here you have a fast food for everything. Like if you want a salad, you have a fast food and all that stuff. We don't have that. Yeah. We have
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry. It's the same for me. It surprised me a lot. I also thought that y'all ate way much more fast food than you do, but it surprised me the fact that I already knew it that people could drive at 16, but actually seeing it was way different. Like whenever I saw my friends driving, I was like, I want to drive too. Why can I drive? So that's. And I also love sports here. I really like the much emphasis they put in schools and all the friendships that you make through sports and how competitive it is. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Like oh gosh, I forgot, but it's okay. I love the sport here. The school spirit is so good actually, and actually one of the most surprising. Okay. Obviously, like the driving thing, like seeing kids driving the car, like, but also the alert message when there is a kidnapping or they send you a message. I'm always like, gosh, what happened? I'm so afraid of that actually, and
Yeah.
we didn't have that.
We don't get Amber Alerts.
Amber Alerts,
No.
really? Yeah. So when do kids allowed to drive in Europe? Like
18.
18? Really?
Yeah.
All right. So while we're on that, let's talk about the driving deal, because I talked to you guys the other day and we talked about the transportation around. Tell me, let the people know the difference in the transportation here as opposed to Europe.
So in Europe, you can go walking everywhere, and in here, you need a car or a public transportation to go somewhere. So you can't walk anywhere. Like in Spain, if you need let's say some eggs from the supermarket, you go walking to the supermarket, and here you need a car to go there.
Yeah. And also the fact that public transportation is not a big thing here. Well, I did go from Denton to the first state, the state fair. I said it the other way. With train, but it took us forever. Like, it would have been easier just taking the car. In Spain, it's not even that hard. I have like a bus stop next to my house. I just take the bus. If I need to go somewhere else, the bus leaves me in the train station. I take the train, and then again in the other city. It's just super easy, super comfortable, and it's also cheap. Well, it's inflation, but it was cheap.
It was. Yeah, right. Like, in Italy, when I have to go somewhere, or I think in old Europe, when you have to go somewhere, you can take the train, the bus, and all that stuff. Here, you need a car. And actually, I didn't see a lot of people here walking down by the street or like ride a bicycle, actually, because we in Europe use a lot. I'm actually using a lot the bicycle, go wherever. If I don't want to walk because it's too far, I just use the bicycle and that's it. So, yeah. And it's easier, the transportation thing. So I was talking with my dad the other day because he is buses mechanical. And he actually said that here they sold a lot of buses. And when I told him that here I did never seen buses like we have in Europe, he was like, that's weird because we sold a lot. And yeah, but I think probably it's the fact that we are not in a city, like in a big city, and we are in a little city, so transportation there are not a big thing. That's it.
Okay, so on the flip side of that, what are some of the things that you find a bit challenging, or that you didn't like about, or that you don't like rather, about America or being here in the culture? What are something that you guys did not like about being here?
The food.
The food, the fast food,
Yeah.
The food in general.
Yeah.
the food in general.
Yeah, because even if it seems healthy, it is not.
Yeah, that is very true. I was surprised when I first got here with the fact that y'all season so much your food, and it makes me feel like we don't do it at all. Like, my mom only puts like some garlic and oil and salt. That's pretty much all she uses, which, like, it's also supposed to be healthier. But I'm trying to think something else I didn't like.
But you
when I
do.
first got here.
So do you like the seasoning, Murta, or no?
I enjoy it. I think it gives a different flavor, but I also think that maybe it takes away the actual flavor of the food you're eating. So, like, whenever I eat salmon, and my host mom just puts a lot of, I think she may hear this, but she puts a lot of seasoning. I like it. I really like it. I think it's very, like, tasty, but I think it takes also a little bit away the actual taste of salmon.
You all right? What do you have about the food?
I don't like I think in Europe the food is like more natural than it is in here. Here is like too much, like what Murta said.
Too much seasoning.
Yeah,
To a point where it's spicy, and I cannot stand spicy.
me neither.
Okay, I love spicy, but here it's a big thing. Like, oh
Yeah.
gosh,
We like our food spicy. Well, a lot of us do. Yeah.
yeah, because it's kind of like burn my tongue. I was like,
Yeah, it got to a point where anytime I had lunch or something, my lips would swollen because of the heat.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you're not used to. Probably if we were used to,
Mm-hmm.
it was different. But probably.
Sure. Yeah. So, like, so when you first got here, while we're on the food, when you first got here, and you guys got here, and you're already teenagers, and you get here and you start eating the food, did it have some sort of effect on your body? Or
Yeah,
Yes.
my face was clear before I
before
came
you got
here.
Really?
And now, yeah, it was so clear actually.
Yeah.
And now it's
Yeah.
all over. Like, yeah, it started my acne here. I didn't know why, but yeah.
Like my shorts from summer, they don't fit me anymore.
I think I haven't seen any changes because I work out a lot every day. So, and I don't even eat that bad. So it's
What-
only the weekends.
Yeah. Was there like, so let me ask you this. So did your like parents or family members or friends from back home, did they like warn you before you got here, like how the food is going to be?
Yes, a lot.
They did.
Yeah.
The warnings came from TikTok, especially.
Oh,
Yeah.
From other
right.
people, like other exchange students from last year, they were like, guys, take advantage as far as you can.
I gained 20 pounds. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like it's actually a problem for us, like, because it can really get on your head since you're a teenager, and it can cause a lot of problems. And it's not the fact that the food is the problem. The fact is that you create on your mind the problem. Because I'm saying, like, I eat a lot. I also work out a lot. So, like, I kind of compensate it. I
Balance
feel
it,
like
yeah.
during basketball season, I was really, really, like, on my best shape ever. Well, like, in fit mode, like,
Yeah.
sport-wise. Not, I was not skinny, but I was not fat. So,
Yeah, the same. Because, yeah, you're feeling like I'm eating a lot, but actually we are work out a lot. Even if we are not in season, we are working out a lot. Like, and that's a good thing. Yeah, I didn't feel like I'm fat now, but yeah, the only thing is my skin. That's it. It's the most thing. Like,
So
yeah.
while we're talking about food, let's get this one knocked out. So while we're talking about food, what are some American foods that you tried that you like, or maybe that you didn't like?
okay. Before they answer, I'm going to separate this between fast food or, like, actual, like,
Typical
homemade
food.
food here. Both?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Chick-fil-A.
You like? Hold on. Chick-fil-A. You like it?
He's in love
Yeah.
with
You
No,
that.
I
like
love
it,
it.
or you don't like it?
I love Chick-fil-A. I really thought, because whenever I watched the TikTok mukbang, you know what it is. Okay, when I saw them, it was especially Cane's or crumble cookies or In-N-Out, but I hadn't, like, really seen a one specifically from Chick-fil-A. So when I first got here and a random day after a basketball game, my husband just took me to Chick-fil-A real quick. You should have seen my face. It shined for a second. Like, my eyes just came out of my face. It was like crazy, the best feeling ever. I really like Chick-fil-A. I don't have it that, like, often because I know it's really bad. But I think more than Chick-fil-A, I like their sauce. So,
The Chick-fil-A sauce.
yeah. I'm taking it back home.
Taking some.
Yeah.
You can go to the store and buy you a whole jar, take it home.
Yeah, and that was one thing also. When I first got here, they took me to the grocery store, just like landed and grocery store. And I saw that big Chick-fil-A sauce pot or whatever, and I was like, why would y'all have, first of all, that many sauces? And second of all, this one specifically, like, I understood it after that. Yeah.
Like, try.
I like Canes
Cane's?
Oh.
and my host mom chili.
Your house mom's chili.
Yeah.
Really good.
I like Cane's too, because I feel like Chick-fil-A is good. I love that because it's chicken. I love chicken. But but I don't like the way they fry that chicken. Is not seems like fried well. That's it. But yeah, and I think that I don't like here is the Alfredo sauce. I hate the Alfredo sauce because they say, oh, it's Italian. No, it's not. Girl, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not.
So you don't like the
So-
Alfredo sauce here, or just in general?
In general, like, I think there's only here Alfredo sauce, actually. And all the like Italian restaurant, they're like, oh, we are Italian. No, you're not.
Really?
Yeah, all the Italian restaurants that you can see here, they are not for sure Italian approved. I try one that was like, oh, this is probably Italian. No, it was not. And Olive Garden, all the stuff, they are not Italian. And all the stuff that you think are Italian, they are not. Only the pizza and the pasta. That's it.
So you guys heard it. You think you're eating Italian food, but you are not. You just, hey, Georgia, you just ruined a lot of people's outlook.
I know. And every time I told one random people, they're like, no, that's not true. That's the reality, girl. That's the reality. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys not like? What restaurants have you had that you don't like? Are there any?
I didn't enjoy the first time and only time that I've had Chipotle.
Chipotle, didn't like it.
But no, I could explain myself. I also saw a lot of mukbang videos of Chipotle, and I did not expect that it had rice on it. Even if I chose the rice, I don't know why my head was not expecting rice in that bite. So I was like, ooh. And like, it wasn't bad. I was just like mentally not prepared. That's how I like to explain it.
I love Chipotle.
Yeah,
I know.
I love Chipotle.
Oh, you love Chipotle too?
I love Chipotle.
I haven't
So
tried
good.
Chipotle.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to Chipotle one day then. We're all going to go. All right. So have you guys noticed any cultural differences when it comes to making friends and formal, like, forming like social connections? Like, what has that been like to make friends here and how students interact with one another, at school or outside of school?
I think that the sports help a lot, like for making friends. And I think in Spain we are like more like open to meet people than the people in America. But the sports like help me a lot.
I think, people here are more extrovert, but at the same time, you can meet a lot of people, but you're not, like, creating bonds with them. Because in Italy, when you meet someone, after that, you're like, oh, that's my friend. So you're, like, hanging out, so that's it. And here, I can, like, oh, I've met him, but we didn't have quite, like, a bond. I just met him, like, normal people. But actually, I enjoy a lot that they, like, enjoy the fact I wasn't from here. Because probably, I don't know, but probably in Italy, if random people like from America or something, like, they are not so, like, yay, you're from America, tell me about it,
Yeah, I agree with that, with Georgia in that. I feel like people here are very extrovert, but at the same time, they are not so much. So, like, as Hiart said, it is like having sports here and having clubs and having all the extracurricular activities here are really, it really helps to meet a lot of people. But it's actually pretty hard to know them too, because, for example, you don't have the same people in your classes in every class. I do. Well, in Spain we do. We have same people. We go from class to class, but we still have the same people. So at the end of the year, you kind of like create that relationship. Even if it's not close friends, you still have that classmate relationship and maybe go out someday, which is great, I think. But I also think that schools here are way bigger than they are in Europe, and that makes it harder for you to notice people or people noticing you. So that also limits a lot your possibilities to just meet people with the same interests, or unless you go to a club or the sport.
So when I talked with you guys before, you guys mentioned about like the going out and the differences. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess in Europe, you guys go out all the time together with your friends. Somebody explain that to me. Like,
it's like, we don't have a lot of free time because we are focused on our study and all that stuff. But the only free time that we have, we use that a lot for hanging out, so social life and all that stuff. Like every Saturday you go to somewhere, or after school, before club or after club, you're going like to the restaurant, to McDonald's. Yeah.
And so I think there is where it comes the thing that you can go walking everywhere. Like even if you don't want to get out of your house, your friends come to your house, and it may take them the longest 15 minutes. So that is really a plus for relationships over there. I see completely what Georgia said. Like, well, my mom won't let me go out during the week, but she will let me go out on Friday. So I would just go with my friends to a bar and just have some Cokes or whatever while Cokes, because we don't have Dr. Pepper or like vanilla Coke or cherry Coke or whatever y'all have here. Just simply Coke.
Or Ruby beer.
Just Coke.
With
Yeah.
Coke
Or
or Fanta.
Fanta,
But it's
yeah.
a different color, actually.
Or Sprite.
Aquarius.
A what?
That's Spanish. That's not
Yeah.
even European.
Yeah.
I saw that
I
in
never seen that.
a TikTok.
A what? Yeah.
Aquarius. It's
Gatorade.
I haven't
Let's
tried
say,
it. Well,
Like
I
more
don't
or
like
less.
it.
Gatorade? No.
Power.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yes,
water
I like it.
flavored lemon, kind of, or
Oh.
orange.
Orange, but it's really good.
So y'all don't have all of the different flavors of Gatorade, or
I honestly never seen Gatorade in Spain. That's maybe because I don't pay attention.
you have?
But
Probably.
we have a lot of Powerade instead of
Yeah.
Yeah, we
vanilla.
have Powerade. Yeah, I've seen the blue one, the yellow one, but not all the different shade of color that I've seen here.
They have the rainbow for Gatorade.
Here, yeah. That's interesting. So no cherry Coke, vanilla Coke,
Nope.
Dr. Pepper, no.
No,
Sprite.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sprite, yeah.
Right.
it's not that popular.
Now,
I don't have friends.
Murta just said when I go, let's get this clear because this is going to go live. Now, Murta just said when I go to the bar, but you are just drinking Cokes at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what y'all call it when you go to the bar? Because here, when you go to the bar, you're drinking
Yeah,
alcohol.
because here the bar like the
Yeah,
the alcohol thing and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I know. We just have bars for like
coffee.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what you call it,
That's-
though, a bar.
Yeah.
So, like, if me and my friends in
like
Europe,
coffee shop.
if we go to the bar, we're in there drinking Cokes, not alcohol.
Yeah, or you can. Oh, I drink Nesquik too.
Yeah.
It's just
But
anything.
I think that we don't drink alcohol because we don't have 18.
So, how old do you have to be to drink alcohol in Europe?
18.
18.
But
Yeah.
we drink alcohol in parties. Like you can buy alcohol, like
Illegally,
secretly, like
obviously.
illegally.
Illegally, obviously.
But
like
we don't care.
But it's 18 in
Yeah.
Europe.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
18. Actually,
21 here.
we go out like with me and my friends, not every week, but when we go out at the bar, we go and drink like spritz, and that's alcohol. It's an alcoholic, very
Yeah, it
very good.
it also depends on the bar you go. But if it doesn't have like a lot of alcohol, like if it's like a beer, we have like a thing. It's lemon beer. I don't know if that's exists here.
Oh yeah,
But,
lemon beer.
It doesn't have much alcohol. And for example, when it's like holidays or something, there are bars that will just sell it to you. It's not legal. Like if they find that they do that, they'll probably shut it down. But
if
I
you
mean,
want to earn the money,
yeah,
that's where you have to.
because like these bars are usually for like they only get young people. So if they don't sell what they want, they will stop coming. So yeah.
Yeah.
So while we're here already talking about alcohol, I've been to Europe before, and I noticed that the young people, they did a lot of smoking, like they smoked
Yes.
a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
cigarettes.
they smoke cigarette,
Yeah.
cigarette or electric one. The electric
vape.
cigarette
What's the age that you can buy tobacco to smoke?
18.
18.
It is 18?
18.
But
you can-
But you know the fake ID and
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can buy babes in vending machines.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the vending machine.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, vending machine of that. Actually, they check the ID, but you can put whatever card you want,
Right.
like
Right.
so because they're not checking your face; they're
Yeah.
checking only the card.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
So, here, if you're vaping and you're at school, you get in trouble. Does that happen in Europe or?
Yes, in my school it happens.
Yeah, okay.
I talked about it with some friends the other day. I feel like they do it in Spain. It's just that teachers don't want to think they're doing it so that they don't have to do all the paperwork because apparently it's way too much work. And it's not only that people might, we are almost 17. Well, she's not, but I'm almost 17.
I'm
And-
almost 18, so
Exactly. So like I don't think it's even people our age. I think it's people like younger than us.
oh yeah,
That-
14, 16.
Uh-huh. Or like the 13 years old that just got into high school for us. They just think that's cool, and that's why they do it. But yeah, I don't think the people my age do it.
Yeah, because they just like realize that it's bad for
my friends. They smoke in Spain.
Oh, my friends too, but
Oh.
not in school.
Oh
Not
no,
in school.
no,
Not
no,
in school.
no.
Like in school, not inside of the
Yeah,
school, but
during
like in
the
the
breaks.
garden,
In the
during
garden,
the
yeah,
breaks.
during the
yeah.
breaks. Yeah.
During the
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So they're not sneaking and hiding in the bathroom like
No,
the
no,
I
no.
don't think so.
Because the bathroom are so close, so if you like walk in, you see all the smoke, and so it's like, bro, it's
you
obviously
can't
that
smell it.
you smoke that.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
And it's more the smell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
So while you guys have been here in America, what are some of the major differences that you've observed in American society compared to in Europe? Like, how do people interact with one another in public or on a personal level? Because let me ask you this, because you guys came here to Texas, so it's obviously it's different, like from Texas to New York, or So what have you guys noticed as far as how do people interact with one another here in Texas?
Well, one of the things that I believe it's like not only in Texas but really big in Texas is like treating people saying sir or ma'am, which is like polite, I guess. And that's not in all the US. Well, in Spain we have like they probably study in Spanish here, but we have like pronoun to say you, but it's like politely. And I think we're losing that, but like we still use it with when it comes to old people, but not really in our day-to-day life. So we're losing it basically. But you'll still demand us to like just call you sir or ma'am, for example, in sports. That's the biggest difference I've noticed it.
Yeah, right.
And also when you go grocery shopping or something, the cashier just, hey, how's your day? How do you find everything? Or they just have that conversation in Spain. It will be like, that's all. And that's
Go out of here.
yeah, and they're like, you paying with cash? You're like, no. They're like, oh, okay. So like they don't have that interaction with us. They don't really care. If anything, like, hey, how's your day? Good.
That's it.
Yep.
Yes. And actually, another thing that the teenagers before like 18 years old, they're actually treat like child, like babies of 2-3 years old. I don't know. I find this actually, it's so weird because in Italy they call us already like, oh, you're almost 18, you're almost 17, so you're probably gonna like, you're in a legal age almost. So they treat us like adults, and here is not like that. And also they interact with people, random people, and the ma'am and the sir. We have actually the same thing, but we use she for with the teacher, but only I think with the teacher and old people, because it's gonna be like weird to call a baby ma'am or sir,
Yeah.
So like the Southern hospitality, were you guys used to that, where we open the door for you sometimes?
I
Or
forgot about that.
yeah, we open the door.
yeah.
And
Yeah, like I completely think that people here are way more polite than they are in Spain. When it comes to like opening the door or asking you about your day, or just helping you out whenever you get into a shop or a store or you're buying clothes, they will go to you as soon as they can, just help you out. That's something that it doesn't happen. Or like, you know what, the refills in bars.
Oh,
I was like, why are you loving me here so much? I was like, oh, thank you, I guess. But like I couldn't get to like finish my whole cup of water, and they were already putting
Filling it
more.
back up. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen over there. And I was like, I hope this is free, because in Spain it's not.
As we get close to wrapping it up, your experience living here in America, did it meet your expectations? Like before you came here, like in America, have we lived up to the expectations that you thought before you got here? And
Okay, I try to like didn't have an expectation about this because all of the TikTokers and was like don't have expectation because it's probably not gonna be like that because our expectation is all the film stuff, so the classic American high school and all that stuff, and it's obviously not like that because in the movie they're always like 60 minutes of a movie, so you can't see everything that is in the high school actually. So I try, but I did have expectation, and not all of that. They're like, how can I say that? They're like
we met them, or we didn't meet your expectations.
didn't matter
Didn't meet
actually.
'em.
Like the homecoming,
Yeah.
I expect that like more big or more like fun. And I came here with them. We were like sitting at a table and just like watching the phone, or, like watching the picture of our club in Italy and Spain,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I think it's more because of the parties in America. They are not like the parties in Spain. I think they are worse.
The parties in America are worse than the parties in
Yeah,
Spain.
yeah. In Europe, like in general.
How? Somebody explain that to me. Like, what's
it's more fun. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Probably it's they have a different kind of fun than us.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they are like in Europe. I would say like most of the parties are outside parties, and I don't. I mean, I don't see very much parties in here. Like they are outside. So
and even if like the party in the house party here, they probably get caught really easily by the police. In Europe, I don't think the police actually care about all that stuff. They're like, don't bother me. I'm
Yeah.
fine here. Like, don't
Yeah.
bother me. If you don't bother me,
I won't bother you.
I don't bother you. So, yeah.
That's cool. Kids would love that here. If that
Yeah.
was the case. Yeah.
And this surprising, like the police actually care about what kids are doing. Like,
Yeah. So that's a good thing.
yeah,
I guess.
Sometimes, I
Yeah,
guess.
sometimes.
yeah. I have a friend here, and she wants to come to Spain because of the parties.
yeah. My whole sister actually too. She wanna come back with me. She's like, I wanna be at the party.
Yeah, my friend too.
Yeah, I feel like asking for expectations, it's also really complicated because you have so many that you end up having like none of them. So I came here with, High School Musical expectations, like
Yeah.
people singing
Yeah.
in the hallway. But
Yeah.
then you come here and like you realize that things are way different than what you expected. So like you erase everything and then you create new. So like expected to I don't know, make it for the basketball team and just have fun. Like that was pretty much all. I feel like America did meet my expectations. It also disappointed me sometimes, but I feel like that's completely normal and things that happen. So
Yeah, probably it's our fault. It's not America's fault. When we have like high expectation and they didn't meet that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I agree with Murta, Georgia.
Yeah. So, and going back, like, real quick before we get done, how do you see the students interacting with adults, like whether at school, so like kids with adults, or even in your host family? How do you see the kids acting with their parents? Is that similar to what's in how it is in Europe as far as?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty yes,
It's
yeah.
very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we treat people with in school wise, we treat people with more respect than
Yeah.
we do here.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
the only thing.
the students treat the
Yeah.
teachers with more respect.
Oh yeah,
And we,
that's for sure.
we don't have fights in Europe.
Y'all don't
Like
really fight.
here,
in
I
Europe.
We
came
do.
here.
We
Like
do,
we do,
they're
but
not so common.
not that much.
Not
I
like
came
here, huh?
and there were like not five, but like 3 fights in a week. I was like,
Yeah,
Probably
yesterday
more.
there was a
That's
fight.
a lot.
I was next to them. There
Yesterday?
was a fight. Yeah, in the hallway, two girls
Oh my god.
start yelling at each other. I was like, "Girl, no, let me get out. I don't want to be here."
The thing is that it's so early in the morning and they're already
Yeah.
fighting.
And actually, so random. Like
Yeah.
for the
And it's like even weird because what I said before, like the school is so big and like there's so many people. How can you find each other?
yeah, like you're like
Yeah.
we do have fights, but like in the parking lot, because in the
Yeah.
school,
And there's
you're-
not many.
you're down.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many. Yeah.
But they are for like I'm not saying serious reasons, but not like for like beating each other. Like touching each other.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that surprised me. Whenever they get in a fight or something, they send them to alternate schools. In Spain, they don't do that.
You're just fighting, and the next day you just go
If
back
they
to class.
fight in like a range from where the school is, like I don't know how many meters they are, but like something, or even in the school, they are probably gonna like be expelled, and that's
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
much it.
kicked out of the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. And like, so let me get this straight. So the students in Europe, they don't talk back to the teachers or anything like that.
They
They're
do,
really-
but not in front of the teacher.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very accurate. Like they do, but like whispering. Like they will be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but here in America, have you guys seen students talk back to the teacher?
yeah,
Oh,
like being
even
very
in front of them.
Yeah,
I was
in
like,
front of
oh,
them.
it's in front of you. Like,
Yeah.
being very disrespectful to a point where one of my teachers had to like started crying,
Yeah.
and I feel really bad when that happens.
Yeah, so if that were to happen, I know you guys say it doesn't happen. What happens if that happens in Europe?
expelled.
Yeah.
Kicked out of the school?
Suspended.
I think the problem here is that they put the focus on what the student leaves. So like, oh yeah, it's because my teacher said this or she said that. In Spain, it's more like, what did the teacher say? Like, what was the experience of the teacher? Like, what did the student say instead of what did the teacher say?
Yeah.
So like, they give more credit to the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Here is most focused on the students. In Europe, is more focused on the
Teacher.
yeah,
What the teacher says.
yeah.
All right. So do you guys have any advice for future exchange students? We can just go around here. Do you have any advice for future exchange students coming from Europe to America? What do you wish that they know before they got here?
Not have expectation for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
because you're gonna make new here probably, and leave every day like
Yeah.
if it's the last one.
Yeah.
Try to hang out with people even
Yeah.
if you don't know them well. Try to make relationship like since the first day, because it's important.
Yeah.
And
Like join two clubs and sports.
yeah.
Join some sports, some clubs.
Yeah. To make
Okay.
friends.
I feel like the most like motto that I've been embracing the whole time is like even if I don't want, like I don't feel like doing something, I got to do it. Like going out on with my host family, even like going out on a Sunday, even if I don't feel like it, like I'm tired, just do it, because I feel like if you don't, you at
Gonna
some point of
regret
your
this.
life you're gonna
Yeah.
regret about
Yeah.
not going out on a Sunday morning, and so it's better getting like having the experience than just having the doubt, and so
Like say yes at everything.
mm-hmm.
And because you live here only for a year, not for a whole
Yeah.
life, so you don't have much time. Like you don't have enough time to do everything that you want.
All right. If you could bring one thing from your country to America, what would it be and why? And what is something that you'll take back from America to your country? I think Murta's going to probably say Chick-fil-A sauce, but I'm just playing. We'll go around the room here. So if you could bring one thing from your country to America, and it could be whatever, or you can take one thing from here and take it back to your country, what would it be?
I will say tortilla patata. It's a
You said what'd you say?
tortilla
So
patata.
good.
It's a Spanish dish. It's really good.
I love that. I love that.
And
I actually love that.
I probably would take the Spain canes. Yeah.
Why
Or
did Murta laugh when you said
no,
canes?
I don't know.
I was
Or maybe
expecting
they're
something
driving
deep.
with 16
Oh,
years
driving
old.
at 16. Okay, yeah.
Something.
And hold on. So, Hiart, what was the first thing you said? Say it for the people. So, what is that you would bring from your country to here?
Tortilla patata.
Tortilla
Patata.
patata. And what is that?
It's made with eggs, potatoes, and onions.
It's an omelet.
Oh, like an
Yeah,
omelet.
Yeah, but it's
It's thick.
it's
and
like
big.
like let's
A
say
pie.
a potato cake.
like
Okay.
a pie, but with potato,
Yeah,
eggs.
onions.
Oh, I
and
got you.
It's really yummy.
It's really yummy. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're gonna take canes back with you and driving at 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was thinking about this. I feel like if I could just bring my parents, not even my sisters. No, I'm kidding. If I could just bring my family here, I feel like I would just live here and go to Spain in the summer, because I feel like my life, it's not better, but I just don't feel the stress I did in Spain with the school, and I really didn't like it. Like I had the worst time ever with school over there, and it was every week, and it just made I was tired of it. So if I could just bring my family and live here, I think I would do it. And if I could just bring something back, I feel like it would be the sports competitiveness and the importance they give here. I just you have no idea how much I liked it.
That's good.
Yeah, me too. And so it's gonna be like, okay, the food for sure. I gotta like take from Italy because I miss that. All my food.
The real Italian
The real
food.
Italian food, like the real pizza and the real pasta and all that stuff. The sauce, and probably I don't think like the parties I could break here like, and something that I want like take back from America to Italy, probably the no stress for school for sure, because you like ending like in Italy I ended up crying at the end of the week because I was so crowded with all the study. I was suffocated with all the study that I have to do for the next week. And probably the driving at 16 for sure. And with sports. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go around, last thing, and then we're done. You're going to finish this sentence for me. Each one of you will go around. Coming to America, and you guys finish the sentence. So you can say coming to America has been whatever, or coming to America, whatever the case may be. You guys finish the sentence, and that's the sentence starter.
Okay, so I have to say coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so coming to America has been different.
Coming to America has been unique.
Coming to America has helped me get to know myself.
Right.
Awesome.
Boom.
Well, there you guys have it. I appreciate you guys coming out. And any foreign exchange student that has plans on coming to America, you guys just heard some great tips. I appreciate you guys coming out and being part of the show. And good luck to you. And you know, one thing I wish you guys got to experience is the Texas heat, because you're going to be gone before it really hits in the summer. They're all going home right before the summertime. They're all shaking their heads no. You know, the Texas heat is something different in June and July, and I guess you guys got to experience some of it in August. But, you know, again, thank you guys for being part of the show.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.